This is a tutorial on how to use alpha channels for complicated selections. Alpha channels are selections saved as a grayscale mask. So, first thing I'm going to do is look at my channels palette here. And we're going to look at each channel separately and determine which channel has the most contrast. So I'm turning the visibility on and off. And as I look through the red, green, and blue channels, I can tell that blue has the most contrast between the model and the background. So right now all of my channels are selected because they're highlighted in blue. So I'm going to click only on the blue channel. Then I will do a right click, duplicate channel, click OK, and now we have a copy to work with. I'm going to turn the visibility on the blue copy and turn off the visibility on the blue layer. So we want the model to be all black and the background to be all white. Varying levels of gray will create a partial selection. So I'm going to bring up my levels and start with that. I'm going to take my black slider, drag it to the right, and as I do that I'm looking at the details over here on the right and seeing how much I can get in. Alright, that looks pretty good. And then I'm going to take my white slider and drag it to the left, but enough so I can still see some of those fine hairs. I'm going to click OK. Now you'll notice obviously the model's face is not pure black, so I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm just going to start painting over the large areas here that need to be solid black. And I'm going to get the top of her shoulder here. And I'm going to look through, there's still some little areas in her hair. So everything that is black will not be selected. Everything that is white will be selected. Now if I look here on the left, this area still has a little bit of some gray shades. So I'm going to take my magic wand because I have a pretty crisp line here. I'm going to click a couple times and get that selected. Then I'm going to go to Edit, Fill, choose White, and click OK. Now I'm ready to go. I'm going to turn my channels back on, and you can see what is red is masked out and will not be selected. Right here you can also make some other editing as needed. I'm going to turn off my blue copy, go back to my layers palette here, and I need to make sure my layer 1 is selected. Right now it's grayed out, so I'm just going to double click on it, click OK. Now I can load up my selection. You'll go to Select at the top, Load Selection, and under Channel, we need to choose Blue Copy. Click OK. Now our selection is loaded up. I can hit Delete, and then I'm going to deselect it, and now the background is deleted. So if I fill in my background layer here, I'll fill it in with 50% gray, and you can see how the white background was removed from the original image. Now if you look at the models here on the right, there's a little bit of a white glow to it, so maybe I want to refine my selection a little bit more. So I'm going to click back on layer 1, go to Select, and load up my selection again. And now I'm going to go back to Select and refine the edge. Now I can increase my contrast here, and by increasing the contrast I'm going to get rid of some of those white edges. Click OK, hit Delete again, and you'll notice some of that white is now gone. Alpha channels work best for having a subject that is really on a plain solid background.